Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PWR Thursday. Damian Nelson sitting alongside David Hero, and no, Sharon Stone is not here.
No?
No.
She left?
No. Well, we had some budget cuts, and we had to release more motivation. It's time to talk about Thursday's Impact Wrestling tonight. David Hero, we find out who replaces Kurt Angle in the Main Event Mafia, and also we find out, I think, what's going on with the Main Event Mafia. Somebody's going to lose, and potentially, if they do lose,
versus the Main Event Mafia,
and someone might be gone.
Well, someone has to be gone. Whoever loses that match is gone from TNA Impact Wrestling.
Forever, ever?
You know, interesting way to cut some more roster money, you know? Make it a gimmick match.
Really? Who do you think's gone? Who do you think bounces?
You know,
who should be gone of that gaggle?
Well, the ones, I'm not going to say that, but you know it's not going to be a Briscoe, it won't be a Bischoff, because they're locked in.
How so?
Well, they know, well, but you never know. Brooke Hogan's gone. But you can't, Magnus isn't gone. Bully Ray, you know, he's the world champ. He's not even involved in the match. I don't know. It's still a coin flip.
Well, we'll find out what happens tonight on Impact Wrestling. And what about SummerSlam this past Sunday night on pay-per-view, David Hero?
You know,
lots of people have been asking me for my thoughts on SummerSlam via Twitter and
why?
Facebook and the like, because I'm a broadcast journalist. And we'll provide you with those thoughts.
But
this
why
Saturday
wouldn't they ask
night
for your opinion?
on prime time Saturday night on My 24 Milwaukee. We'll go in depth on SummerSlam, including the 2 new WWE champions that came out of that event.
2 of them?
2.
Yeah.
Happened twice.
It did happen twice.
Second verse, not the same as the first.
Never is.
That's this Saturday on prime time. After Impact Wrestling tonight, be sure to join us right here on YouTube. And Matthew and Meathead will have a live edition of the Pro Wrestling Report talking about everything that has happened on Impact Wrestling tonight. How are they going to handle Brooke Hogan's release? Brooke Hogan has been released from TNA. We found out last week. We haven't seen her on. We didn't see her on TV last week. I don't think.
Do they have to?
Tonight?
Why even acknowledge it?
Well, she's part of a pretty important story, having been married to Billy Ray.
But you don't think there's any value in her, so what's the big deal?
I didn't say there was no value in her.
But you've mentioned it.
Well, there is no value in her.
Uh-huh.
No one's tuning in tonight hoping to see Brooke Hogan.
First of all, they never acknowledge people they fire and get rid of. They don't.
They only acknowledge people in the middle of the ring with a live promo about them entering rehab.
Can we talk about that?
Sure.
Why did Dixie feel she had to be the one to go out in the middle of the ring and cut that? I want to say promo, public service announcement. Who acknowledges that your talent's going into rehab?
We've seen that on WWE. Vince or Stephanie have come out in the ring and said.
No, they have not.
Oh.
Never.
Thought they did.
Big mistake, huge. Let Sting be the guy that says,
Can TNA do anything right for you? I mean, really, you sit here every week and you just bash them and kill them.
No.
We're doing this special show talking about Impact, and now you're criticizing the leader of the company.
It's constructive criticism. Think about it. She's out there with the Main Event Mafia telling the world that one of their top stars is going into rehab. You never acknowledge that.
And never said rehab for what?
Put it on your website if you want. People go to wrestling shows to escape their real lives. Okay? Nobody wants to hear, oh my God, Kurt Angle's in rehab? Terrible. Let Sting say, hey, Kurt's at home, taking care of business. He'll be back with us as soon as we can.
Or take the injury role that WWE always takes.
Vanity project. There was no reason.
Before he goes further,
No, wait. There was no
tried to pull the plug.
reason for Dixie Carter to go out there and do that except to get herself on TV. Because what happens? Aces and Eights comes down to the ring right after that, and poof, she's gone. Why put yourself in that spot?
Can we do it since you've opened this door?
Sure.
Side-by-side comparison. Oh, we'll even put it on the screen right now. Dixie Carter last Thursday on Impact. Stephanie McMahon last Monday on Raw. Both are wrestling executives.
One plays one on TV. One really is.
We do encourage you to watch Impact Wrestling tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Big 5-on-5 matchup, Aces and Eights versus the Main Event Mafia.
You know what? Don't wow me. because I know how this is all going to get spun around. Okay?
How could your own words be spun?
Because you do
nothing
that.
will be
Because
cut
you set
that has
stuff
been
up.
taped
You
right here.
set
I
stuff
set nothing up. I tried to stop the show.
Stephanie,
I tried to stop the show like Uncle Leo did the telethon.
There's a difference between growing up in the wrestling business, being mentored by one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time, in Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and then another one who was put into a project for celebrity status.
It's not her fault she didn't grow up in the business.
It's her fault how her company is being run. It starts at the top. It does.
We talked about the releases, and that's what got a lot of people bitter. Now they've released Brooke Hogan. That's pretty bold. I mean, Hulk Hogan is...
A sports team, when the team doesn't perform, you fire the head coach.
How are the Yankees doing?
You fire the general manager, okay? You don't get rid of the practice squad. Okay? You don't get rid of the equipment manager, right? Start at the top and make those kind of changes.
That's PWR Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow for PWR Friday, where we're going to preview
fired up right now.
WWE SmackDown. For that one, this is Damian Nelson saying thank you so much for tuning in.